welcome to the fucking show.
Thank you for tuning to the Smartalecs YouTube. Really appreciate the love. Make sure you hit the thumbs up button, like, subscribe. You know what to do. Once again, we appreciate the love. So, Dave Chappelle. Well, he's been, if you've seen the special, he's been going through it with the transgender community and things of that nature. Once again, they're trying to cancel him and things of that nature, but, you can't cancel somebody who pretty much doesn't have a job. Like, his job is being a comedian. In order to cancel somebody, you have to have something to cancel them from. He's not getting canceled from Netflix. Netflix is not going to take the, he's not going to take, Jesus Christ. These goddamn texts coming through while I'm trying to talk. Lost my train of thought. But anyways, Dave Chappelle doesn't have like a job. He's a comedian. He's paid for his comedy. Netflix is not going to take him down because, once again, they don't have a job either. They don't have a boss. There's nobody who controls Netflix. Netflix controls themselves. That's why they can do the things that they do and put out Dave Chappelle's stuff. So, so first off, just let you know, he's not going to get canceled. If anything, the best publicity is negative publicity. So if anything, this is going to make his views skyrocket on Netflix. And that's a beautiful thing. But I want to go more into the transgender community and these transphobic people. These transgender people trying to cancel him. Because if you really look at the video or at his stand-up, he really doesn't say anything too disrespectful to them. He doesn't say anything, out of the way. Dave Chappelle really doesn't say anything bad about transgender people during the special. Like he doesn't say anything. So what is it that these transgender people, or what is it that these people are so upset about when it comes to the special? I'm going to tell you. The reason they're upset about this special is because Dave Chappelle pretty much normalized being transphobic. He made it okay to be transphobic. Period. He did. He called himself transphobic numerous times. He even talked about being in a position with, somebody hugging him and him pushing him off. Probably was a joke, but still, it showed his transphobia, right? And he made fun of the transphobia. He made jokes about the transphobia, but I feel like he's normalizing transphobia. He's normalizing the fact that, hey, I don't have to accept what you do. Now, I have to accept you as a human being, absolutely. And I'm going to give you that respect as a human being. But I'm not going to sit here and go along with your program and with what you're trying to do when it comes to manipulating the children and, having this whole mentality about no sexes and there's no sex and children can pick their own sex and things of that nature. These are all ideologies pushed by these LGBTQ communities. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like they're trying to make it so, you can never talk about them at all. Like you can never talk about a homosexual because you don't even know if he's a man or a woman. If he says he's a man and he was born a woman, then you can't call him a tranny because he chose to, they're just trying to make it so hard for you to say, I don't fuck with you. You know what I mean? But the fact of the matter is, we don't fuck with y'all. You know what I mean? Like, put it like this. Like he said, we have families. We have children that we're trying to raise. And we were raised, fortunately, in a society where, I'm not going to say homosexuality was shunned, but it was something that you just did in your room. It was, I ain't gonna say it was taboo, but it was just something, it was unacceptable. I will agree with that. But it was more also something that we didn't have to care about accepting it because that's bedroom behavior. That's something you do in your bedroom. So if you want to, do these sexual things with people in your bedroom, nobody has to know about it unless you tell them. Now, once you start telling them, and once you start saying, hey, I'm gay and I'm this and I'm that, and you start telling these people these things, then unfortunately you have to deal with, their attitudes towards it, because you chose to bring it to them. They didn't chose to ask you or anything of that nature. You chose to come out and, start cross-dressing and, start wanting to be a woman and things of that nature. So when that happens, people around you aren't going to just be like, oh, shit, that's cool, man. People going to be like, yo, what the fuck? What's going on? Oh, okay, that's how you rocking. All right, well, I can't rock with you, but, do you. You know what I'm saying? But I can't rock with you because I don't want that type of stuff around my children. I don't want that type of stuff around my family. I just don't want that type of stuff around me, period. So being transphobic as well as being homophobic is okay. If you feel like you have a phobia or you just don't agree with their lifestyles and the way that they live and the things that they do, that is okay. If they give you a label for it, that is okay. You know why? Because you are you and they are them. So if you choose to not want to teach people about homosexuality, and you choose to tell people, hey, homosexuality is not something that I agree with, that's not something I rock with, but hey, more power to you, you can do that. You know what I'm saying? But don't try, every time somebody says something about homosexuals or transsexuals or anything of that nature, they try to cancel them. And that's just something that we need to stop doing. I mean, if y'all want to live, if y'all want to live together and be treated as equals and all that other shit, then stop acting like you're better than us. Then stop acting like because we say something, you guys, you're going to take our jobs, or you're going to try to put us in a position where we can't make no money and things of that nature. That's not how you should be thinking. If you're really trying to, be with the people and you're really trying to, come together as one and all that other bullshit, that's not how you do it. You don't do it by attacking people who don't disagree with your behavior. All you have to do is say, oh, he doesn't disagree with my behavior? Okay, that's fine. I don't agree with his behavior. Okay, but you just don't have a platform to tell everybody about it. He does. But yeah, I watched it a couple of times just for the simple fact, like, I'm like, damn, why are they trying to cancel this? He's not even saying anything disrespectful about transsexuals. Nothing. And he even told a whole story about a friend that he had who was a transsexual. Like, so why are they really trying to cancel him? I told you, they're trying to cancel him because he's making being transphobic as well as probably being homophobic okay. And it is okay. So he's normalizing it. He's making it so, hey, you can be transphobic. I'm transphobic. Shit. You can be transphobic. You can be homophobic. Don't let what they label you or what they say stop you from being who you are. Make you change you from being, who you are. Hey, okay, so I'm homophobic. All right, cool, whatever. I'm still going to go to work, get my check, whatever. I'm still not going to agree with whatever you say or what you do. You know what I mean? Like, that's just me. We don't agree with it, so we'll never agree with that. Now, can we talk about something else that we'll probably agree on? Absolutely. But when it comes to that other stuff about homosexuality and transsexuality and not having a sex and things of that nature, and because even when he said, sex is a fact, it is a fact. You're born with one or the other. And I don't know how we got away from now all of a sudden, just because you're born with that don't mean that's what you are. What? Since when? If you're born with a penis, you're a boy. There's no being born with a penis and I'm born with a penis, but you got to let him grow up until he's old enough to choose if he wants to be a man or a woman. No, he's a man. Right now, he's a man. He a little man. Okay, little man. All right? But I could never, ever subscribe to that mentality of I'm going to let my child choose their own sex because there's no such thing as sex. Get the fuck out of here. That doesn't make any sense. But it makes sense to people who don't make sense. It makes sense to people who have an issue. Like, I don't give a fuck what you say. And I'm done with it after this. Look, homosexuality is not natural. That is not the natural way of living. Period. So nobody is going to ever be 100% with agreement with what you guys are doing because that's not how the world turns. It's about procreation, shit like that. Having a family, establishing something. Not saying you can't do that as a homosexual, but we're talking about the man and the male and female dynamic, what that dynamic brings to a household. Okay, a male and female dynamic is not the same as a male and male dynamic. It's not the same as a female and female dynamic. Okay, it's a male female dynamic that builds and creates households and families and things of that nature. The other stuff, when you guys are doing male and woman and woman, you're missing dynamics there. If you got two men, then that means you're missing a female dynamic. If you got two women, that means you're missing a male dynamic. So that means regardless of what the fuck you guys are out there doing, you are missing dynamics in the whole system and construct of building a family and having a family. Yeah, can you do it? Absolutely. Yeah, you can have a family. You do what you want to do. But don't act like that family is going to have the divine female and male, system that it needs to be as successful as it can be. I'm not saying you can't raise a successful child, if you're a homosexual group or whatever, or a homosexual family, but just saying the dynamics are going to be different. So the person that you raise, once again, he's going to be different. I mean, so there ain't nothing wrong with different. Different can be good sometimes, but when it comes to this, like I said, normalize it. Don't be scared. If you don't like, what you don't like, then it is what it is. Period. You don't have to not say nothing to nobody. You don't have to, be shunned or feel ashamed. If you don't like it, you don't like it. You know what I'm saying? If you don't agree with it, you don't agree with it. So, that's all I want to speak about is, because I'm like, man, they coming after this nigga too hard. It's got to be a real reason why they coming at Dave Chappelle. And that's the reason. Because he normalized he normalized being transphobic. So, holla at us. Make sure you like, subscribe. You know what to do. We appreciate the love. Peace.